Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Ghost Rider, issue number 7. This wasn't a bad book. This does conclude the storyline. Interesting. Issue 7 is the conclusion of a storyline? What? Yeah, it happens. I don't know how they're going to do that in trade. I don't care. Screw their trades, all right? Stories need to be breathed. Stories need to be told the way that they need to be told, not the way that Marvel says, well, we can only fit 6 in his trade, so do that. That's the standard. Screw your industry standard. I'm more about industry good books. And this fit the bill. You know what I'm saying? It kind of felt a little bit rushed still, but all that being said, I enjoyed this ending. And it's an ending that's really just the beginning of something else. Let's get talking about it after we talk about who made this comic book. So Ed Brisson is the writer, Aaron Cooter on art. Jason Keith does the colors, VC's Joe Caramagna on letters. Aaron Cooter and Jason Keith doing the cover art, and Mike Del Mundo doing the variant cover art. The design is by Jeff Powell. All right. So this is basically the story that's going to wrap up Ghost Rider being saved. Johnny Blaze has to be saved, essentially. Magneto's been whispering in his ear, as a devil ought to, and Johnny has been going out of his way to be especially evil. He's been bringing people back. There's an explanation. It's kind of a weak one, but it is what it is. Hopefully it gets explored more as we continue the story. I will be continuing with the story, if that's any consolation, that every time that Johnny has been sending demons back to hell, a little piece of those demons stay with him, so he's been getting a little more and more evil. He went from the big fiery crown as the king of hell to getting these giant horns. He comes across Strange, and he's just like, I'm going to kill you because you left me behind. And that felt very organic. That felt so real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was actually a little bit nervous for Doctor Strange. Just a little bit. Main character, he's got his own book, probably not going to be killed, but there's a little part of it was like, yo, could Doctor Strange actually be killed in this book? Have they talked to Mark Waid and like they got something planned? Because wow, that was pretty good. He was like, I'm going to kill you. Shoot, I was about to take out an insurance policy on him. I'm saying, you got a profit, right? So anyway, the way this got resolved was, again, it was brief. It went a little bit too fast for my taste. For as long as the story has been allowed to breathe, for it to just end like this, I felt like they could have done it a little bit longer. Make this a longer issue. Make it into another comic book. Something, it felt like it was kind of rushed, but whatever. It is what it is. This was supposed to be the climax. I think that the main thing is that Brisson didn't really make this feel like a climax. Oh, it concluded, but it wasn't really a climax. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to make sexual references here, but imagine this one where it's like, I got what I needed to get, now I need to get back to work. It was more of a stress reliever than an actual, lovey-dovey, enjoyable moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my comic book conclusions to feel like stress relievers. And I'm just going to leave it at that, all right? I don't want to turn this into the rated R comic book university after night. Not this episode. But let me just say, it didn't feel as fulfilling as it really should have, as well as it really could have. But Johnny is now going to take Mephisto into hell, which is probably exactly where Mephisto wanted to be in the first place. So you understand how this could turn into a much bigger story. Also, another character who we fully expected to show up shows up. And I'm wondering where this is going to go at this point also, where deaths are promised. But mind you, a death doesn't necessarily mean that your soul is taken from you. So maybe that death could actually be a mercy. Not sure. I'm just speculating. But we got a lot more like the Danny Ketch story. We got to see what's going on with his powers at this point. Because I think we all wanted to go back to a Ghost Rider, right? The question is how? And how good is it going to be? We'll see. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.